This video is about ethical investing, which is where you're investing your money into companies to get a return, but you also want to be investing in companies that are aligned to your values and are having a positive impact on the world. When it comes to ethical investing, it can be a bit of a minefield. There's lots of different ways to invest ethically. One of the most popular ways to invest ethically is called ESG investing. This stands for environmental social governance. And what an ESG investment would do is it would look at companies and screen them based on these three factors. So they would look for companies that have good environmental impact, positive social impact, which are things like treating their employees well, paying for training, employee well-being, and also contributing to the local community. And finally, companies with good governance, which is things like making sure that companies are transparent to their employees and they're not paying huge bonuses to their directors if they're actually underpaying the rest of their staff. So the ESG investments will score companies on these three pillars, and if they don't meet those standards, then they won't invest in them. The good thing about ESG investing is it's in huge demand. So more and more of these investments are coming to market to increase the choice for people. The other great thing is that it's possible to invest in an ESG way into our evidence-based philosophy. So essentially, what that means is there are ESG, low-cost, globally diversified index tracking funds available. Now, if you can't remember what that jargon means, jump back to the video on platforms and placements for a recap. If perhaps you have some strong ethical beliefs on certain topics, then ESG investing might not be suitable for you. There are other ethical investments that work a bit differently to ESG, and they're known as positive and negative screening. What that means is these types of funds would only invest in, for example, companies that are having a positive impact on the environment. So that's positive screening. By contrast, negative screening is a fund that would invest and that they would just cut out certain companies. So that's negative screening. For example, maybe companies that do animal testing, provide arms, tobacco or alcohol. But the issue is, and it's really something you need to consider if you're looking at these funds, is as they cut out so many companies, this really increases the risk when it comes to investing, because you're no longer spreading your eggs across all different baskets. It's reducing the number of companies that you can invest in. When it comes to deciding which one is right for you, if you think about it, we have traditional investing here. So that's investing in whichever companies to get the best return. We have ESG, which almost sits in the middle, and it's a step towards the right direction while still diversifying your portfolio. And then on the far right side, we have the ethical investing. So the positive and the negative screening. And to find these types of investments, the same as normal funds, you can normally tell by looking at the name of the fund. So ESG funds will have ESG in the name, whereas ethical funds, so positive and negative, will include ethical. Let's remember there are also different options when it comes to using your money for good. This includes charitable donations, which although won't be invested directly within companies, your money will still have an impact in terms of where it is going. What you then need to do is go onto the platform that you're choosing to use, pick your product, and have a look at the funds that are available on that platform. You can probably filter through ethical and ESG funds. Once you find a fund, have a click into it and it will give you far more information as to how they pick the companies that they invest in. The next thing that you need to do is sit down and have a think about what your values are and what's important to you when it comes to investing. That's your starting point, and it will really help you decide which avenue is right for you.